All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit 10,000 subscribers again. We want to thank everybody again. Trey, if you want to pull that 10,000 subscribers up, if you guys comment llama on any of our videos up until Super Bowl, you will be entered into winning $1,000 from us. The only catch is, come Super Bowl Sunday, you have to be in the chat to claim the prize. We're going to have a live at halftime. You have to be in the chat to claim the prize, and you have to comment llama on any of the videos up until the Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball, it doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NFL picks and props for Saturday, January 20th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. I'll have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I was 0-1. I had faith in the Steelers. I took them +10.5 versus the Bills. There were some times I thought we could get a backdoor cover there, but the Steelers' offense was just too inept. Bills' crowd was wild. Snowballs thrown galore. We just did not hit. Mason Rudolph could not get the troops going.
Yeah, and I had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers +3. I really wanted to take them on the money line, but I wanted to be safe because I wanted to get back to 500. So 1-0 day. Let's take a look at the 2 games for Saturday. We're going to be breaking down the 2 games for Saturday only. Trey, I'll have you start us off with one.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be attacking this Houston Texans going up against Baltimore Ravens game, and this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. Both teams, I feel like they deserve to be here in the divisional round. The Texans, they beat the crap out of the Browns in the wild card, winning that game by 31 points and put up 45 points on the vaunted Cleveland defense. And the Ravens, they won the AFC during the regular season and have enjoyed a 2-week vacation. I say 2 weeks because the Ravens, they sat their starters in Week 18, so maybe some rest coming in for the Ravens, maybe not. Maybe they enjoyed having that time off. But Mark Andrews, he is already ruled out for this game, so that is going to hurt the Ravens offense. But I'm going to stay away from a game pick here. Instead, I'm going to go with a total. Give me the Texans to go over their team total. It's actually set pretty low. I'm going to take them to go over 16.5 points. That's just disrespectful, especially after we saw what they did to the Cleveland Browns defense just a week ago. They put up 45 points on them, like I just said. 17 points is just 37% of that. I expect the Texans to be able to match at least 37% of the team that we saw last week. Yes, this Ravens defense is legit. They have allowed 16.5 points per game right at this number, which is the lowest in the NFL. But I expect this young Texans team to show up here in this game and be ready for the cold environment because Houston, they've scored 17-plus points in 15 of their 18 games so far this season. That's an 83% hit rate. I really love that percentage, even though one of the games that did not hit, it was against the Ravens, but that was in Week 1, and this Texans team is a totally different team from Week 1. So give me the Texans to score over their 16.5 team total versus the Ravens.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play for you there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the other game. I'm going to be looking at the Green Bay Packers going on the road to take on the 49ers. I'm going to take the 49ers -9.5. I'm also going to take the team total over 30.5 in this game. Big team total for them. Last week, I was devastated. I didn't want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys came out and laid a stinker like they normally do in the playoffs. And the Green Bay Packers, they were on the other side of that. But the only thing I'm really focused on right now is making sure that I get my record to 500 on the year because I'm tired of looking at the losing record. I've tried to make sense of what happened in the last game last week, and I've come to the conclusion that the Dallas Cowboys are just a poverty franchise since 2000 started, and I shouldn't base everything that I've watched over the last 17 weeks on one game. because the Green Bay Packers, they looked like the best team in the NFL last week. The San Francisco 49ers, besides a couple weeks this season, have been no doubt the best team in the NFL. I'm going to use my brain. I'm going to make this pick with my eyes, which I watch the 49ers every single week. They typically dominate their opponents. The 49ers didn't look very sharp in the last 3 weeks of the season, but they didn't play their starters in the last game of the year. And before that, they scored 27-plus points in every single one of the season. The Green Bay Packers, despite what the defense was able to do against Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys for the majority of that game, I still think they're bad this season. I think Brock Purdy, who's won a couple playoff games, he's going to come out. He's got a ton of targets. He's going to put up points on this defense. We can't take the Green Bay Packers in the last game and think they're a good team because Dak Prescott had the yips like he always does in the playoffs. I'm taking the 49ers because I know the Dallas Cowboys last week losing that game, it meant nothing. The Green Bay Packers are still not a good team. They have a lot of good players, a lot of young players. They're going to have a great future, but the 49ers are not the Dallas Cowboys. They're the best team in the NFL, plain and simple. They will be ready for the Green Bay Packers because they have a great coaching staff, and they're going to score 40-plus points and win this game by 20-plus points. Give me the 49ers minus 9.5. Give me the team total over 30.5 as the 2 plays. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I was 0-1 on the props, too. That's because I gave out Najee Harris to go over 10.5 fantasy score versus the Bills. He got as much work as I projected, but he was kind of as inefficient as I probably thought he was going to be. But I maybe expected him to break 1 in the snow, but did not happen. He did not have a very great game.
Yeah, and I had Baker Mayfield over 235.5 passing yards against the Eagles. He had 500 yards. It felt like against the Eagles, did everything he wanted and shit on the Eagles' grave. And glad the Eagles lost. Let's move on to the plays for tomorrow. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to give out a same-game parlay here, and I'm going to go with Devin Singletary to go over 59.5 rush yards going up against the Ravens. I really love this over for Singletary here in this game. I just got done talking about how much I love this Texans offense, and Singletary, he is the bell cow of this Houston team because over his last 10 games, he has simply been dominating, averaging 75.5 rush yards per game, which is way over this number. And that's because he's getting a ton of volume, too, in every game. He's averaging 17 carries per game. If he gets 17 attempts here in this game, he only needs to average 3.5 yards per attempt to hit this 60-yard number. And Singletary, he's coming into this game averaging 5.1 yards per carry. So I fully expect Singletary to get this number here in this game. He's going to get the opportunities, and he's going to be able to get the efficiency as well. Because, yes, I just said how much I respect this Ravens defense, but they actually allow the 8th highest yards per carry so far this season in the NFL with an average of 4.5 yards per carry. So Singletary, I just easily see him expecting to get 60-plus rushing yards here in this game. So give me Devin Singletary. I'm going to take him to go over 59.5 rush yards versus the Ravens.
Yeah, Trey, I like that one there. For my play today, I'm going to take Brandon Aiyuk to go over his receiving yards going up against the Green Bay Packers. We're getting this at 70.5 yards, and I love that play because this Green Bay Packers secondary, they're not that good. They also lost Jair Alexander in the last game. He is very questionable to play in this game, and that's going to be a big loss for them. And the 49ers, they have a ton of options to throw. They have a ton of options to run with. But I believe Brandon Aiyuk is going to find a few seams in this game against the Packers and exploit them. He's coming into the playoffs with 3 100-yard games over the last 5 games of the year. And it feels like that he's made a special connection with Brock Purdy. Deebo Samuel, he's been on and off the field. And Brandon Aiyuk, he's been a very consistent wide receiver for the 49ers in his absence. I think Brandon and Brock Purdy have made a special connection. And I know Deebo's still technically the number 1 wide receiver in that offense, but I would put Brandon Aiyuk in that wide receiver 1 category with this team because they use Deebo all over the field, running the ball as well. Whenever Dak Prescott didn't have any pressure in the fourth quarter, down by 30 points, they had 3 consecutive touchdown drives. CeeDee Lamb did whatever he wanted because they had no pressure, because that's how they play when they have no pressure and everything goes well in the regular season for the Dallas Cowboys. But I like Brandon Aiyuk to do that in the first half of this game instead of the second half because they have a lot of special players on the field, the 49ers do, and Brandon Aiyuk's going to find himself a seam in this game. He's going to not turn away from the big moment. He's going to make the big plays. Give me Brandon Aiyuk over 70.5 receiving yards as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Texans here to go over their 16.5 team total versus Ravens. It's just simply set too low. We've seen them hit this number in almost every game this season, literally 80+%. Also going with Devin Singletary over 59.5 rush yards versus the Ravens. I expect the Texans to keep the ball out of the Ravens' hands and just pound the rock, and Singletary's going to eat.
Yeah, and I'm going with the 49ers minus 9.5 and the team total over 30.5. I think they score 40+ against the Packers. And they give me Brandon Aiyuk over 70.5 receiving yards against the Packers as well. I felt like CeeDee Lamb, he did a lot in that secondary, and I think he was open, but Dak Prescott just couldn't give him the ball. Brock Purdy's going to get Aiyuk the ball. He's going to go over 70.5 yards. Guys, That's going to do it for the NFL plays and props for Saturday, January 20th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,